There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up at night underneath that Texas sky.
Look at that.
Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show.
That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston. If you don't know where you're at, now you do. Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, Boyd Polhamus, Andy Seiler. You know, it seems like a month ago we started with 40 great contestants qualified to come to our Super Series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're down to 10. Tonight we're going to slice the knife. 6 are going to get cut out. This is championship rodeo.
It absolutely is. And, of course, we're going to take another semifinals tomorrow night. So we cut 40 to 20. 10 of them you'll see tonight. And there's a kid I think you better keep your eyes on from Pennsylvania, believe it or not. His name is Grayson Cole in the bull riding. He came here in Super Series 1. This bull right here called Trinity had bucked him off 4 days previous in San Antonio in under 4 seconds. 4 days later, he shows up to the Bayou City, wins round 1 of Super Series 1 with an 85-point ride. Now, why is that interesting? Because tonight he has a bull called Dim Tricks. That was the bull that Kai Hamilton won this rodeo on a year ago with a 90.5-point ride. Grayson Cole's got a shot.
Well, in these competitions, you want to be as quick as possible, make the highest mark ride you can. You've got 2 world champions in Caleb Driggers and Junior Nogueira that you're going to meet in the team roping that have never won this rodeo, but they gave us one of the fastest times in the team roping at a 4 and 9. It was a long reach and a quick heel catch. Those are the type of runs that they're going to need to get out of the semifinal competition and make it into the top 10.
Yeah, it is sudden death now, folks. It's either win or go home. Let's go down to the arena floor and meet the 4th member of our broadcast team. This is Patty Smith. Hi, Patty.
Hi there, Boyd. Yes, I am down here on the Star Stage where Nickelback will be performing in just a couple hours. But first up, I've got my eye on a cowboy who's going out in the tie-down roping competition right behind us, and it is Riley Webb. He's currently ranked number 3 in the world. He's the reigning world champ. He's the reigning Rodeo Houston champ. And with this ride right here, he has scored the fastest time so far of all 5 Super Series here at Rodeo Houston with a 7 and 7. He's going to be the first ones out of the chute, so he's looking to set the tone and advance on to the semis. And one little tidbit about him, if you have any question as to what he's looking for, he says, if I'm not rodeoing, I'm practicing. Guys?
Well, that's good stuff, Patty. Thank you. Let's get this game started. Tie down roping. First competition of your rodeo tonight. Brought to you by Boot Bar. And there is Riley. This is 1 year ago when he would go on to win Rodeo Houston and 9 months later become one of the youngest world champions in our history at the age of 20. There's his lineup, though. You've got some world champions in there, and Hainsey, Cooper, and Costa. Keep your eyes on all the guys with the gold buckle, but we're starting with the one who owns the gold buckle, the reigning world champion. Andy, Bob, he knows there's 9 guys behind him that are going to come try to beat him, so he's got to come out and try to be fast right off the very top.
No insurance on this deal tonight. Everybody carries the same size gun, fires the same size bullet. Make it hit the bullseye.
Good start, pretty good calf. Now, he handles the slack. Calf jumps up when he gets to him. Oh, no. A few bobbles along the way, and that is costing him precious time. 11 and 8 for Riley Webb, and that makes me very, very apprehensive as to whether or not that's going to be quick enough.
Well, 11 and 8's not going to put a lot of pressure on a whole bunch of guys. The next guy, Marty Yates, we had a chance to ask him. He's been here before. He's never made it to the short go. What's going to be the difference this year?
New year, new me, I guess. New horse, new baby, new everything. We're gonna make the short round over here for the first time ever and win this deal. It'll be fun. It's one of those bucket list rodeos that you just dream of winning. And it's gonna be a lot of fun on Sunday.
He's already predicted he'll be with us tomorrow, or Sunday. That's when the championship 10 come back. So Yates, 29 years old, was a reserve world champion in 2020. Andy, sometimes you press a little bit. I think Riley did a little bit at that run when you're early. When you're the last guys to go, you got the luxury of knowing what you got to do to be in the top 4.
Well, show no restraint. Go after it. He keeps that calf on its feet. Smooth. Now finish it. Yes, sir. 8.1 for Yates. That is excellent when it comes to trying to advance. That's exactly what he needed.
So he didn't take a rap in the hooey, Bob. When we get farther in, if we've got times like 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, 8-4, would you expect some of the guys at the bottom of this list who are last to go to gamble a little bit?
Gamble? I mean, they're going to try to throw a 22-foot rope 40 feet if that's what it takes to make it work. And this guy rides a horse that'll get him close enough to do that. Weston Hughes lives right up north at Caldwell, Texas. He's a Texas high school champion. 2023, he was a champion at Fort Worth, Texas. Resistol Rookie of the Year and a 3-time NFR qualifier. We've been watching him through the Super Series and a couple of times. I don't think he can hear me, but he cringed when he kind of stood up. I hope he's in good shape. Pitch it!
He was close to that barrier line. If he got out, this is close. But that calf kicking on him. You just saw the one rap and a hooey you just talked about, Boyd. 9 and 7. Oh, we break the barrier too, so 19 and 7.
So 3 in. It's soft with that 11-8 and that 19-7. With each run like that, Marty Yates has got to feel better about finishing the top 4. The 6 that don't advance to Sunday, they're going to go to Friday or Saturday's wild card round. Just doing simple math, you've got a 40% chance to make it to the championship round tonight. Your chances on Friday or Saturday are 17%, 1 in 6. So 4 and 10 is a lot better than 1 in 6. Let's see if Blaine Cox can go just make a smooth money run.
He's made a few of them. He was 8th in the world of the top 15 last year in the PRCA. Now living in Stephenville, Texas. Get him on the ground, buddy. Here's Smooth Boyd. Oh, it worked. Wrapping a hooey, and he's out of there. 10-2. That'll put him in the number 2 spot right now, Andy.
I think where he was at, being number 4 in the run order, you got to take what's your drawn, right? I mean, if that's all you can do with that calf, be as quick with the animal that was drawn for you, and he used him 10 and 2.
Well, and he drew a little bit. If there was one bad thing about that calf had some wheels. That calf could run. And so it took him a stride and a half to get to a position where he could throw his rope. There's a great aerial shot as you look down on the timed event end. There are your times thus far. Okay, I'll put you 2 on the spot with 6 guys to go. How fast are you going to have to be to make it to the championship round tonight?
I'll go 9 and under.
I was going to say 9-5.
I'm going to be a little more forgiving than that.
Okay.
I'm going to say under 10 is going to give you a shot.
All right, Marcos Costa, you've been under 6 or 7 a time or 2. Here is a 3-time champion of the world and all-around champion. Woo! That didn't help that any. Wow. Wow, and the 4 times that we've seen him in Las Vegas, that Brazilian will win him some money, 13-3. Now we're working towards Boyd's number, Andy.
Well, one thing I wanted to point out, too, as we go from a Brazilian back to a past Rodeo Houston champion, is 3 of the last tie-down roping titles have been won by Texans. John Douch took this title back in 2022, calls Huntsville, Texas home. Just up the road, Walker County. He's number 2 in the world at 26 years of age. Cowboy that finished second at the college finals for Hill College. 3 different trips to the national finals rodeo, but as the times have been posted right now, the time we're trying to get north of is 13-3.
Is he number 2 in the world right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. Come on, John. He won 84 grand. Oh, good calf if he didn't break out. That's a good calf if he's cooperative on the ground. Johnny D, do it, buddy. So that will slide him, if he's clean, at 9-4 into the number 2 spot. He's got to be feeling pretty confident. And now, with 8-1, 9-4, 10-2, 11-8, those are your top 4 advancers right now. Riley Webb, our defending champion, is on the bubble of getting kicked to the curb onto his way to the wild card. Anybody faster than 11-8 kicks the defending world champion and the defending Rodeo Houston champion out of the competition and sends him to a wild card.
And if anybody understands great tie-down roping, the hometown of Joel Harris is San Angelo, Texas. It's the only place where I've ever seen a standing ovation for the tie-down roping. That's how much Tom Green County loves this event. Got to be better than 11-8. His brother, a national finalist, Joel Braden, has to hustle. Got it together? Yes, he does. At 9-4, he is splitting second and third, and he has the tiebreaker against John Douch, so he's actually in the number 2 spot.
And now Blaine Cox in his 10-2.
They're on the bubble.
Is now the number 4 spot. So the 3 Cowboys left to go all got to be faster than 10-2. And this is what I so love about this format, especially when we get to a semifinals and there's no second round to it. You either win and you're in, or you lose and you're not. Now we know what they have to do. They know what they have to do. This makes for great drama and good sports right here.
Good sports and a little luck for Bryce Durr. Comes from Portales, New Mexico. Folks, he's 22 years old. Somebody said he's just a kid. Oh, no. He's beat him in enough places. Do it again tonight right here in H-Town. Get down the rope, buddy. Yes. Good. But he broke the barrier. 10-second penalty.
What is that thing? That's just rope. Watch the rope on the calf. Freeze it. You see the rope on the calf? Then the rope in front of the horse? If the horse breaks it before the calf trips it, if you can tell mechanically what tripped the barrier. In this case, it was a horse. Took him to 18-7. Took him to the wild card out of the semifinals.
There you go.
2 world champions left. Do they both make it?
I don't think so. I think one of them's going to the wild card. I really do. Just because of the odds and what they have to do, okay? So right now you have to be quicker than 10-2. Shane Hanchy, Sulphur, Louisiana, told us earlier in the Super Series format that he's on a newer horse. This is a 5-year-old horse called River. A new horse to him, but he has had a great winter on this young steed, and he has a lot of hopes and aspirations for this one.
Boy, is that textbook smooth, boys. Look at here, look at here, look at here.
Oh, Rapid-a-hooey. Well, that's good enough to rob the number 4 spot. That will now put Shane in the number 4 and tell the Tough Cooper. Here's the other thing Shane said. He told Bobby T in a text that he thought this was the most even and fairest pen of calves that we've had at Houston in a while. He was really happy with how even the cattle were. So now let's go to a man who can't believe he's 34 years old, 15-time NFR qualifier, 4-time world champion, and never won Rodeo Houston. Can you believe that?
Well, it could happen after what he did last night. 8-6. That'll get him close. 8-1 is what we're trying to beat at the top. You know, when you think about what we saw Roy Cooper do, the other two brothers do, and now what Tough has done, you never know when they're just going to pull one out of the weeds, boys. And I mean, come alive.
Well, that 8-6 was so important because he needed it to advance.
Got a dip, pitch. Oh, fast hands will make it. Oh, no.
You know, there's certain times where you hate when you're right. 11-2. I really didn't want to be right. I wanted both the world champions to advance, to answer your earlier question, Boyd, but it will not be. Tough Cooper will have to go to the wild card competition to try and get back to the championship Sunday like he did 1 year ago. Now they're going to say it's a no time for Tough.
Yeah, it really is. You're right. As far as being accurate, it's a no time. As far as having any consequence, no consequence whatsoever. Horses and cowboys teaming up together. The eye of the animal on the bead of the prey. Reaching, holding on to that slack to get you down the rope to a standing calf. Big John Doubt takes a knot and throws him out. It's going to be good for him, though. You wait till we show you who's going on to the championships. In just a moment, you'll see it as Joel Braden grimaces. St. Hainsey says, hey, I don't like finishing fourth, but it sure beats fifth. Here they are, folks. The four Cowboys moving on from this semifinal to the championship round on Sunday. Marty Yates, Joel Harris, John Doubt, Shane Hainsey. All of that brought to you by Boot Barn.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top competitors in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. When they conclude, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our wild card competitions. The winner from each wild card will advance to the championship. They join the others for a shot at the $50,000. The event winners from each Super Series will receive a 52-quart ultralight cooler from Arctic Outdoors and a custom Les Paul style electric guitar created especially for Rodeo Houston champions. And that's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
More rodeo action coming your way. It's the bareback riding next at Rodeo Houston.
Anyone who knows rodeo knows there's nothing more important than safety. That goes for our fans too. The Crown Royal Riders want everyone to make it home safely. As you enjoy Rodeo Houston, please make sure to always assign a designated driver. Crown Royal wants you to drink responsibly.
I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor that hard-working arena crew. You'll see them down there in the dirt on the chutes making all of that equipment work. Thank you to Cavender's Boot City.
Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. Let's make it easy for y'all. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Take a look up at the screens. Wave, you guys are looking great on the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam. I love those brand new hats and mustaches. Oh, why not a set of horns? So many different views.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, ladies.
It looks like they're gunfighters at the OK Corral right there. Thank you to the Cowboy Cam, Carnival Cruise.
Oh, my Lord, look at that picture. What a great day in Houston, Texas. As we welcome you back to NRG Stadium, you're looking at it. The Bareback riding is fixing to start. We've got 10 in a row ready for you tonight. And a big thank you goes out to Chevron for making it happen. Look at this. Leighton Berry a year ago left here with all the toys and a bucket full of money. Tonight, Cole Franks, the young college superstar. Jacob Lee's, Clint Lay, my God, look at the talent there. Keenan Hayes. We got a couple of veterans. This is going to be good watching, boys.
It's a neat mix of young as well as Bob just said, veteran talent. Let's start with a guy that's still pretty young, even though he's a veteran. Cole Franks, number 9 in the world, 2-time NFR qualifier, just 23 years old. Vitalix Dream Machine from the Cervies. They have won truckloads of money on this NFR bucket horse right here. Franks won the Dodge City Roundup 1 year ago. He split Jackson this year with an 86-point ride. Those are known as, that rodeo is known as the Dixie Nationals in Jackson, Mississippi. 4th year as a pro. Rocker Steiner helping him out right there.
And
the more you fight a horse, the less you get out of him in the pen.
well, Rocker's been on this horse at Rodeo Houston in the past, so it probably helps that a guy that's drawn that horse, Bobby T, is helping him out in the chutes.
Well, and they'll just show you as Rocker Steiner's done an awesome job here. Now he's here tonight. Be back tomorrow. But help. I think they're going to let that horse settle. Let's roll to Jacob Lees from Caldwell, Idaho. This was a rematch. It really wasn't all that exciting when he had him with a 73. But they've been in the 80s at San Antonio on this horse.
They have. It's a Survey horse called God's Plan, and you can tell that the horses are juiced up and ready to go in our semifinals as well. Jacob qualified to his first national finals rodeo, where he won nearly $90,000 in Las Vegas.
I'll tell you where he got me excited. Was January in Denver. Second round of the National Western, he was 88 points. Then he came back, went to San Antonio, put up an 85-point ride. I think in order to make it to the semis, you're probably going to have to be, or to make it to the finals, you're going to probably be 82 to 82 and a half or better to make it.
Let's see what he can do. God's plan, not just a premonition, it's a fact. Jacob, few ducks and dives early on as the Colorado horse sweats from the humidity here in the Bayou City.
Look at that snow plow start. That horse is going, what's this dirt feel like, smell like? Then the jump, then the kick. Well, the scores are going to hold on what they've kind of been doing with him. 76.
I'm noticing a trend with the bareback riders. Bright colored boots. There's a guy out there wearing white boots. This guy's wearing yellow. There's another one wearing red. I think they're trying to call attention to their feet.
If you're doing it right, you want the judges to see your bright colored boots.
Lefty Holman kind of started that a couple of years ago in Vegas with white boots, and he stuck with it.
Now we're going to go back to Cole Franks, Clarendon, Texas, as they get God's Plan out of the arena. This horse has been to the national finals before. It's a paint horse. This is the son of a rodeo coach. His dad, a national finals qualifier as well, Mr. Brett. As you can hear him putting his hand in a bind.
He missed the national finals last year for the first time in his career because he won Rookie of the Year the first year and went to his first 2 NFRs, but junior year didn't make it. He wants to go back. Number 9 in the world. He's playing today. What a great trip. What a great trip from this bucking horse. Andy, Bob, what more could you ask from a bucking horse than what you just got from Dream Machine?
Horse stays close to the chutes, allows him to show off right there in front of the judges, God and everybody. 82 points for Franks. Now he's in the top spot.
Boyd, a minute ago when you said, what's it going to take? We'll see.
Hey, let's take a look back. Our next cowboy, Clint Lay, won round 1 of Super Series 3 with an 85-point ride. All right, here's Clint. This was a Canadian bucking horse here, too. What's 85 look like? Check it out. Toes turned out. Now it's live. Here's Clint Lay, Zulu Warrior. Nice, even, another honest horse. And Clint looks to pick up another 80-point plus ride. He's been solid here.
One of the highest money winners as well, $8,000 from his Super Series. 81.5 for Lay, slides into the number 2 spot for the Alberta man on a Canadian bucking horse.
All right, I'm going to stay with my rookies tonight, guys. I'm going to go to the Badgerland country, of Boyd's home country, Wisconsin. This is his 3rd year in competition. He's only 23, and he's in that top 20 right now for the world. Big champion Nick Belkey was at Des Moines, Iowa, Perry, Georgia. The Bangor, Maine bucking horse. Just folks already been 85 here. You guys watched him at Nampa. They were 86 on him last July. Ride the horse, Nicky. Yes.
Oh, a little bit of a stutter step right there.
That horse kind of looked back at him and goes, "You still here?"
Yeah, I'm still here. Nick Mondovi, Wisconsin, number 13 in the world. He advanced out of Super Series number 1. And Pelkey just keeps showing he's the real deal. How about 83 points and the lead to the Badgerland Cowboy on Bangor, Maine.
Boy, am I glad I said that. Pick a guy from Wisconsin and come beat you Texans up.
He wants all the cheese. I had to, right? Stevensville, Montana.
Stereotype.
Wait, you don't like cheese?
I love cheese.
Thank you.
You ought to have a little restraint, boys, on certain things.
Amen, Bob. This guy grew up in the Woodlands, Texas. He's an 8-time NFR qualifier. Got a Calgary Stampede bucking horse called Fresh Chick. He wants some hometown help. Gotta be more than 76. If he keeps riding like that, I think he's gonna be that and a whole lot more. The veteran cowboy does his job and does it well, Boyd.
You know how much it pains me to compliment Binion Survey? Okay. Richie Champion of Texas just took the lead, 85.5 points. When you're in a rodeo this big, folks, as a contestant, you want the horses to be even. You don't want somebody drawing a horse that's a lot better than another one. You want the horses to look very similar. And so far, Binion Survey has put together a real even pen of bucking horses for semifinal number 1.
So you've heard us talk about the top 4. We asked Taylor, what's it going to take to make the top 4 tonight?
With the guys that I'm going to be competing against here at the semifinals, I'm going to have to really show out and do my job better than I even normally would do.
81.5 is the bottom hole right now, Bob.
All right, Bazinga. You can be 82, 83, 84 on this horse. You watched him at Omaha. Taylor Broussard.
Come on, baby.
Louisiana, watching on the Cowboy Channel tonight. We've already watched him win Bismarck 2 times. He's been out west of Vegas. When we say that, the NFR, the Wrangler National Finals, that is our $14 million World Series in December. Here's the number 6. Oh, different.
Yeah. There's an orange flag on the ground. So, we're going to, would you ask Benz if it's okay I say it? But whenever a horse turns out backwards, this horse by rule must enter the arena to the right. It's a right-hand delivery. When the horse turns around and enters the arena turning left, you see the orange flag fly in the background? That's an automatic reride opportunity for Taylor because the horse did not enter the arena legally. So we'll give him a 73 score, which he's clearly going to turn down and ask for the reride horse.
Turn now to our reigning world champion from Hayden, Colorado, Keenan Hayes, who had a record-breaking season. He won the Resistol Rookie of the Year and the world title. 168,000 in Vegas. He's got to be more than 81.5 on Vegas vacation. Bay Horse takes a little stutter step. Then it's Colorado against Colorado. Great job by the reigning Rookie of the Year. That world champ is just starting to find out how talented he really is.
I want to use the word consistent. Watch him. From the third jump, set the feet, roll the rouse. You look at him, look down the mane of that horse. He knows exactly where he's going. They liked it. He'll love it. 84 and a half for the world champion.
I am so hesitant to use, there's Clint Lay. He just got kicked to the curb. He's on his way to the wild card. But I was going to use the name Casey Field to compare the strength, the way he attacks a horse with his feet. All right, Caleb Bennett, you're the man. The veteran, 35 years old. He's drawn Bay Nation. It's a rematch from Fort Madison in 2021. 4 years ago, we had this horse at the Tri-State Rodeo in southeastern Iowa. Marked 87 points. He needs to be 82 or better to get in the top 4. And that was my prediction when we started, but I might have been a little low. You might have to be 83 or better to get out of here. And that's what it looks like now. 83 and a half for Bennett. He moves into the top 3.
Oh, boy. You throw in the kid, then you throw in the veteran. Now I'm going to throw in one of the toughest human beings you'll ever watch. Clay Jorgensen of Watford City, North Dakota. Control freak. This will be a nice horse for him to ride. Nice. Many-time NFRP. Woo! Get away from the wall. Look at this.
They've won rounds on that horse at the national finals, and it is as honest as the day is long. Allows you to show off your feet each and every time. Can we be more than 83 points? 81 and a half will not do it. Now Jorgensen will look to the wild card to see if he can advance from there.
All right, Big Chad. Here's a guy that got here through Super Series number 2. 5'5", 165 pounds, all of it cowboy. Okay? Rutherford went to the national finals in 2020. Hill College, McNeese State University. He was 88 points at the Texas Circuit Finals. He's won $4,750. He's got a horse called High Rollin' Sydney. Nick Pelkey, who is winning this round, or actually winning 4th in this round right now, had this horse in Denver, was in the mid-80s.
Don't let her go forward.
That's the guy right there, Nick, who would get bumped to the wild card if Chad Rutherford is more than 83 points.
I promise he's not going to wish him any ill will, but he is thinking, oh, Lord, could I just take it? Oh, Chad, easy.
Yeah, so far.
High Rollin' Sydney is no
Can't do
longer
shifting right here.
cold.
Hold on.
You know, this horse is probably 10, 11 years old right now.
Let me just hold her up. And you
Hold on, let me see.
You talk about gritty. This guy's gritty. Agent turned Texan. 2 shots at being a college champion. He's done it all. Ride a bucket horse, Rutherford.
Yeah.
Woo!
At 32 years of age, as Boyd pointed out at the top of this competition, it takes all levels of condition to try and continue to be in physical shape to compete at this level, and 81 points will be 2 points shy of the mark that Rutherford was trying to match up to. He's on to the wild card. So let's talk about what's been happening over the last 5 minutes for Taylor Broussard, okay?
More like 3, I think. So a lot has happened in just 3 minutes, Andy.
Yeah. So he gets offered a reride, talks to the judges, has somebody else help him set his rigging to get on his second horse. That's going to be Tarzan. Another Serby horse jumping out in front. Got to be more than 83 points. It's like running a marathon.
He is tough. 7 minutes later, I don't even think you can wipe the sweat off your brow. Look at him come back. Knots in his knees, reaches and goes to poking. Not going to be enough to make it work, however. 77 and a half.
You know, the first trip that Tarzan had inside Energy Stadium was one of the greatest bucket horse trips we'd seen. And unfortunately, Taylor was not able to parlay that into a championship round. Pelkey, you got in that back door, buddy. Way to go, Nick. Wisconsin's headed to the championships. Clint Lay, see you in the wild card. Gap it out, Cowboy. Reach, turn your toes out. Look at the face, folks. It'll tell the story better than our words ever can. The effort, the pain, the strength, and the struggle. The triumph, if you're from the Woodlands. And a little, oh no. See you on Sunday, Cowboy. Champion leading the way out of this semifinal. Hayes, Bennett, and Pelkey will all be back in the championship round. Congratulations and thanks to Chevron.
Coming up next, it's the team roping at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
I want to say thank you to Houston Methodist, our official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for all of our rodeo athletes.
Take a trip to the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. You can meet our Rodeo Houston athletes, bullfighters, and more at sections 103 and 124.
Now here we are hoping that you have tickets to every performance that remains at Rodeo Houston. But in the event that you don't, remember there's Bally Sports. You've got a ticket to the rodeo every day from the comfort of your home on your television or your personal device at Bally Sports. Also, the Cowboy Channel, and how about these guys from Telemundo Houston? That is Enrique and Luis. Hola, mi amigos.
Hola amigos, saludos. Hasta el momento las semifinales espectaculares. Vamos ahora al doble lazo, Luis.
Boyd, Lightning Aguilera and Jonathan Torres won round 2 and round 3 with a 5-4 and a 4-5. Won Super Series number 1. They are in a nice groove.
Yeah, this is some really good team ropers here, Luis and Enrique. I do think the times will be faster in the semifinal than they were in the Super Series. Either way, we enjoy watching and listening to you on Telemundo Houston. Thanks for being a part of Rodeo Houston.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, we are ready as we welcome all of you back for the team roping. Now, this will be the only contest you're going to watch tonight where there are two competitors, and it's all brought to you by two great companies, Mrs. Baird's and KHOU 11. Team roping, Richard and Bueller. That of the Northern boys, and this is how you look at it. Fear the Beard for 2. Now, watch this kid at the head end, Dees, and then Colby Payne. Snow and Cook, they can do her triggers in the get. I'm going to bet on them again tonight. Lightning Aguilera, you got a bunch of guys going to whoop, whoop, whoop on the head end.
Arena record is 4 flat. I bet we will see some 4-second runs tonight. Starting with Junior Dees from Aurora, South Dakota. He and Colby Payne came out of Super Series 2. Oh, D. And a rare miss for a team that had won 9,000 when they came in here today.
Yeah, and they get to take that money home with them, too.
Watch his reaction, Bob. Cowboys will be more animated at Houston. Please don't read his lips, but I'm telling you, he's disappointed.
That's why we used the wide shot on that one. Cody Snow and Hunter Cook. Los Olivos, California on the head side. Hunter Cook from Vernon, Texas. 10 trips to the national finals between the two. They've won over $12,000, but they too will be headed to the wild card.
We talked about this in the calf roping, about how the early teams have to put pressure on the teams that have the luxury of going last. And we saw a little bit of pressing from Riley Webb, and I think we're pressing a little bit here too, Bob.
I agree. Cash duty, if you just listen to Boyd Paul Amos, you will swing an extra swing. Cash comes from Weimar, Texas, Rosenberg champion. This is 21 years old at the head end, 25 at the heels. They've been in the top 20 of the world. They're in the top 20 right now. The healer, Ross Ashford, lives right up here in the lock. He did what I told him to do. Woohoo! It worked, Boyd.
Now, if 6 and 4 gets out of here into the championship round, it's going to be in the 3rd or 4th position is my bet.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm very apprehensive about that being able to make it because, like we talked about, here comes a world champion team.
Well, you talked about them in the opening, and I'm going to try to use some restraint because in me and Patty's pick segment, I was picking them consistently, and then I was seeing Caleb not be Caleb. But I think now the real Caleb Driggers is back at Junior Nogata. When he's on the backside and Rare's back on a dally, it is beautiful.
I'm not going to bet against this team in a one-header, period. It doesn't matter who else is in the field. If you have to rope one steer to win a big check, to capture a big moment, whatever it is, this is my pick.
Well, I picked them to get to the semis. They did that. I'm going to pick them to be here on Sunday. Show me how you do it. Head catch, perfect. Bareback, buddy. Okay, the bar has changed. 4.7.
Boyd pointed it out. We're going to see a 4-second run. We've got 6 more teams to go, and that's the first one.
That's that Junior is famous for leaning back on his dally. That's a 3-time world champion, twice as a healer, once as an all-around cowboy. As we go to another fairly young team, combined to age of 56. Cole Thomas is 24. Matt Sheik is 32. Meadville, Mississippi, teamed up with Casper, Wyoming. 6'4", 4'7", as we're about at the halfway point right now. Steer goes left a little, ends up with a neck catch. That's legal. Healer swings over. And 6-1 now bumps that 6-4 to 3rd.
I do believe as you watch his heel shot coming, he knows that steer might swish. He did. Boy, he handled him well. So, check. He just waited. Extra swing. Got him. There's nothing wrong with a 6-1. Let there be a lightning strike, Andy.
Lightning Aguilera, the header from Athens, Texas, Jonathan Torres. My neighbor. Lives in Ocala, Florida when he's not rodeoing. Good steer. Good start for Lightning. There you go, Jonathan. 4.9. That moves to number 2, and now you must be quicker than 6 and 4 if you want a shot of getting out of our first semifinals.
Well, this kid, Marcus Terrio's been coached by a world champion. He knows that he's got to be faster than the 6'4", but he also knows there's 3 more teams to follow him that could be faster than the 6'4" as well. So he's got to be thinking 5s, low 5s at least. Marcus will chunk it. Cole Curry's right behind him to pick up the back end. Marcus is number 1 in the all-around, number 7 in the heading, number 6 in the heeling for the cowboy on the backside, Cole.
You know, that might have just looked too easy. That's all there is to it. All right. Smith and Rich. Let's see how this works. These guys are 44th in the world standing. Boy, a big bump here would help them a lot for the rest of the year. Broken Bow, Oklahoma to the head end. A man that was a Red Lodge champion last summer from Herrick, Illinois, Douglas Rich. They came out of Super Series number 4. Got the heel end, has already been to the NFR with another partner. Head catch good. Pink shirt for 2. Woo! Good night to wear pink, 5-3. Now we're pouncing them around. Judy and Ashford just got cut out, Boyd. We wondered if they'd make it.
Judy and Ashford are gone. 6-1 is now the bottom spot with Thomas and Sheik, who are vulnerable with these 2 teams left to go.
Aaron Senegini, the 2015 world champ. Ryan Moats, the millionaire from Parker County in Weatherford, Texas. Number 18 and number 15, respectively, in the world standings. They've won almost $10,000 while competing here at Rodeo Houston. Still trying to beat that 6-1. If they can be better than 5-3, they're guaranteed to advance. A little late from behind the barrier line. Slow start and steer. Clean run here, 5-7, and that now becomes the cut line.
Well, that team and the last team to go, the headers both represent the Navajo Nation in Arizona. All right, board. We said 6-4 would make it. It's not. 5-7's on the bubble right now with the Senegini and Moats.
6-4 didn't make it. 6-1 didn't make it. In the sixes is out. So this team's got to be 5-6, folks. It's that simple. Don't ever bet against Derek Begay. Matter of fact, him and this guy, Coulter Todd, were the NFR champions in 2023. Andy Seiler got the call of that. For the second time, Andy was selected to work the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. Begay has been there 10 times. Coulter 4 times. 5-6.
Sounds so easy when you've already seen a 4-9.
But they've
and a
scouted this
4-7.
steer. They know what they're looking at.
Red steer, just perfect. Now Coulter, attaboy, 5-3.
That is so smart. Boyd pointed out they scouted this steer. They knew he was going to be one of the slower ones. They were patient but aggressive, taking their shot when it presented itself. That is smart roping. And now we get to see them on Championship Sunday. What a way to round out the team roping.
Well, ropes come in a lot of different colors, but you coil them up, build a loop, even with a pink shirt, and you throw them the same way. Look at that sizzle behind that left horn. Look at the dip. Now the dolly. That's the way you make it work. And when you're junior, you rear way back. There's Ryan Moats. He just got cut out. You know, folks, Caleb Triggers, Junior Nogata, I got to bring it up a fourth time. I picked him. Lightning, I don't pick a lot of winners. You did good. And I want to say thank you to Mrs. Baird's and KHOU Channel 11.
Just ahead, it's Saddle Bronc Riding. When we come back to Rodeo Houston.
Make the most of your day at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. After the concert, take a fast trip on a wild ride, or relax and enjoy a bird's eye view of NRG Park outside at the carnival, presented by First Community. Relax in the Champion Wine Garden, presented by Frost Bank, and raise your glass with award-winning wines from around the world. Kick up your boots and dance to live music in the Hideout every night from 6 p.m. till midnight. The Hideout is designed especially for rodeo fans over 21. So stick around. There's something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Folks, we want to make sure you have a great time while you're here at Rodeo Houston. But if you have an issue or concern, just send a text to 832-241-0202, and someone will get right back with you. That number is also posted on the four corners of the stadium.
Our arena crew, those talented folks working the gates, chutes and equipment. Oh, they move the cattle, put them in the right order. I mean, these are men and women that work really, really hard. We are very thankful that they're here, and thank you to Cavender's Boot City for providing our arena crew talent. They do it all.
We are back. Hello, happy people. Aren't they beautiful? Get ready. Sage Newman's the man. He sweeps and he sweeps again. And he is trying to win a world title out of Houston and could get her done. This kid from Millstone, Montana is phenomenal. All right, guys. You got kids and veterans again. Q Taylor, it seems like he's just a youngster, but Ryder Wright, Spencer Wright, Lucas, Isaac. Oh, I'm proud to see them all on that list.
Thank you to Energy Transfer bringing the saddle bronc riding to us as we start with Q Taylor of Parkland, Alberta, Canada. Triple Threat, the horse from the Survey Championship Rodeo Company that'll be underneath him. It's won $4,000. They've been 85.5 on this horse this year at Rodeo Houston. Can we do it again?
Good job, Q. 22-year-old cowboy last year. He won rodeos from Okeechobee, Florida, to Redding, California. And as we repeatedly tell you, if you're the first to go on the event, you want to put pressure on everybody else. He does that. 83.5 for the 22-year-old on Survey Championship's Triple Threat. 9 to go, and this one is a two-time world champion. The only other world champion out here tonight is his uncle Spencer, and the number one guy in the world, his younger brother Statler.
Well, this kid started out 10 years ago as a resist-all rookie. Two-time champion is 8th, and I don't like that yellow flag. Oh, no. Storm warning from the Survey brothers. We have watched this horse buck. They've been 82.5 on him. I like that gray horse, but no. Watch right here. Oh, that left foot up, then back. Oh, doggone it. That's opening the door, boys.
Wow. Sending Ryder Wright to the wild card. Well, the brothers, we talk about a lot about the Wright brothers. We need to talk more about the Hay brothers. Here is Logan Hay, the number 4 ranked cowboy in the world, coming off a big win in San Antonio about 15 to 20 days ago. Jet So Long, Calgary bucking horse.
I don't believe this. What happened? He looks up like, what in the world just happened? Watch. Everything looked good right here. Kind of clinched. Right there. Oh, I think he lost the left stirrup. He lost his left swell.
I think when he gets bucked off, he trips the latch himself on the dismount right here.
Right.
He hits it with his butt on the way off, causing the flank strap to come down, so a no score for Logan Hay. Those are two huge surprises for me in the saddle broncs.
Man, oh man. All right, here is Ryder Wright's uncle, Spencer. 2014 world champion, 2014 NFR champion, now a veteran at 33 years of age, a 4-time NFR qualifier, and another Calgary Stampede bucking horse. Chase Brooks had this horse at the National Finals Rodeo, scored 85 points. Zoria Hills, 12-year-old mare. Come on, Red, let's ride.
Oh, you can hear his brother and his nephew cheering him on from the back. Big man, 6 foot, weigh 190 pounds. Quarter horse raiser and a fucking horse riding bugger. They're gonna mark him 77 points. I'd have lost a bet on that one.
It's second.
Yeah, I know.
So you always gotta be hopeful. This guy may have drawn one of the better horses in the herd. What do you think, Andy?
I think so. Carousel, R. Watson's Carousel of the Surveys. I was talking to Chuck Kite just a little bit before the rodeo, and he said, look out, this is his sleeper pick. This is one to watch for. Cole Elshier of Fate, South Dakota, is a 4-time National Finals qualifier from bucking horse riding country in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Bull Rider too, but right now his mind is on R. Watson's Carousel. Horse bucked off Dawson Hay here earlier. Statler Wright, the number 1 man in the world, was 85.5 at the National Western. So that's why I agree with Chuck on the sleeper.
Try to be 84 points or better, Cole. Horse with a wandering head, but a nice little circle off to the right. Actually, I'd say that was a legitimate bucking horse act.
Very user-friendly. 81 and a half for Cole Elshear. That now puts him number 2. And I don't know what you fellas think, but when you see a couple of buck-offs in a 77, if you're in the bottom half of our saddle bronc riding, it's kind of like peeking through the window, right? You see opportunity ahead of you.
Oh, yeah. Lucas Mazda thinks that, Boyd.
Should. This is a great horse. Stetson Wright was 89 and a half at Mitchell. The only problem you get when you look through that windmill, so to speak, you still have your 8-second battle. Even though the scores haven't been way up there in the high 80s to a place where you think you might not catch them, you feel like you got a real good shot looking at an 83 and a half and an 81 and a half, but you still got to do your job.
Last September, you watched him at Fort Madison ride this horse for 85. Came in as high as 89 and a half with a scoot. You, Lucas. I wished I had a little more kick. A little more kick on Old Gray. That's me wishing that. Now the judges can't hear us. We're not going to control anything they do. He tried him. It's only going to be 75 for the young Canadian superstar. 7-5.
If you ever get a chance to meet the next cowboy who was in our top 10 1 year ago, now calls Desdemona, Texas home, take it. He's one of the finest young men you'll ever meet. 37-year-old Isaac Diaz. He's won a little over $5,000 this year. Got a little horse called Small Town Scandal. There were 84 points on this horse in Denver. That was Parker Fleet. But you see 75 is what it takes to be in the top 4. 83 and a half leading it. So if Isaac beats 83 and a half, he's guaranteed to move on.
That's simple math. As we already said, they've had him in Denver with an 84. Isaac, 10 years older than some of these youngsters. That doesn't make any difference. He said God has a plan, he's in it, and this is the plan every week. He just came out of Super Series number 5. He's rode a bucking horse every day this week. Yeah, right. Live and spur.
Were you scared for a second?
Very much so.
Yeah, well, he kind of got rocked into his riding arm, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's lifting on his rein, which is what you want to do. Ride right-handed, but right here, or maybe right there, I feel like he gets rocked over to that right side a little bit, and he has to hang his foot for a little bit. However, 77 is going to kick Mosca's 75 to the curb. Now it's Diaz and Spencer Wright tied for moving on with 77 points. Do you think Statler can do it?
I think so. All you got to do is look back to Super Series 1, where he threw up an 86 and a half. But right now, we want to see him tonight on daunting news of the Calgary Stampede. They've been as high as 87 points on this bay horse, and I think we're going to get a big number from the number 1 man in the world at 20 years of age. He's trying to make it to his first national finals rodeo with his world champion and millionaire brethren. Little hop and a skip from the bay horse. Statler carries it all from there. 86 for the Beaver Utah Bandit.
Well, you don't have to think about it, Andy Tyler, anymore. That thought went by, and he just does it, and that leaves 2. One of those is Ryder Sanford, and we asked him, talk about the camaraderie in your event.
We're all riding against each other, but at the same token, when I get off my horse, I'll go help my friend right next to me.
You bet. They're all in this together. It's them against the horse, not them against each other. Has to beat 77 to send Isaac Diaz to the wild card. And Sanford, the reigning Resist All Rookie of the Year, the McNeese State University standout, number 13 in the world, has done that. 81 and a half, and Sanford is now among the top 4. However, he's got 1 to sweat, and this is a tough guy to sweat.
Wyatt Casper of Miami, Texas, brethren. He's Got a Calgary Stampede bucking horse that Ben Anderson was already 85 points on here at Rodeo Houston. It's Welcome Delivery. This horse comes out of the world champion father, Graded Coconut. Wyatt, number 3 in the world standings. College standout at Clarendon College, where he won the collegiate title in 2016. Cowboy was 87 in Fort Worth. That would be more than enough. Again, Bobby T, we're trying to beat 81 and a half.
That's where you got to be 82 points. Think about it every jump. Miami, Texas in the Panhandle. Stand up and yell. Oh, this horse give it to him right.
This is when I'm glad I don't have to do what they have to do.
Look at the kicks.
Just a really solid ride. It could have went one way or another. Folks, he had to be 81 and a half to have a prayer. He was 81 points. So that means your Texas Cowboy is headed to the wild card.
He'll be around a day or two to get her done, but as you look back to it, there's the grit before the nod. 2 jumps after you've done it. Reaching and scratching. But here is how you make it all work. He was 86 points. That's Statler right. Here's Uncle Spencer. He was right behind him, but 10 off the mark. Wow. Are you happy? Yes, you should be. Woo!
Top 4 scores move on, and they belong to Statler Wright, Hugh Taylor, Cole Elshear, and Ryder Sanford. They will be in Championship Sunday. Thank you to Energy Transfer. They sponsored our saddle bronc riding.
Big boys tackling farm animals. We call it steer wrestling when we're back to Rodeo Houston.
It's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets to the 2025 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Hey, listen up for this. Captions. Captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now to take you straight to our closed caption mobile app.
Here's something else you need to do. Check out the best seats in the house. We call them the Shoot Seats. They're sponsored and presented by Hess. Right behind the buck and shoots. You get to see what the rough stock riders do all night long.
All right, where do I want you to go when you got a minute to the Fan Zone? Presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. They're in sections 103 and 124. You'll see all of the Houston Champion saddles up close at both locations. Pick up a Rodeo Houston belt buckle. Meet a champion. Get an autograph. There's, tell that Ryan Moat you want a pet, he goes to you. Fan Zone 103, 124.
A beautiful display outside that will be featured here this weekend. Our drone show at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo at 8 p.m. Featured by ExxonMobil. We thank them for bringing that to us. And a new addition, they've got fireworks. But we have some fireworks inside NRG Stadium with the steer wrestlers. Digging in the dirt, bringing those steers around, courtesy of Mattress Firm. They bring it to us. Last year, who did it the best? Dalton Massey. That is one of the Cowboys you will meet here tonight. He knows what a $50,000 payday feels like. Why not try and do it again? If he's going to do it, he's got to beat this very, very talented field. We've got national finalists, past Rodeo Houston champions. Jesse Brown will start us off and show us how it's supposed to be done.
The quarterback from Washington State University with rodeo from Montana State. 4-time NFR qualifier Brown. Sliding, gliding, throwing, tossing, rolling. Didn't give him the flag. The reason being is once the steer was on his side, there was a dog fall that took place. So what he had to do was let this steer up before he rolls him through. All 4 legs of the nose have to lay in the same direction. But at this point, special ground roll in Houston, once that steer is down like that, he's got to let him up before he rolls him over. And that's why it's a no time for Jesse.
I do not recommend taking a jump at a steer that far, but he was raised by a saddle bronc rider. Stetson Jorgensen, Blackfoot, Idaho. He was in our final round a year ago come Sunday. Number 6 in the world and a 4-time tripper to Las Vegas. Yeah! All right. That ought to tell everybody how you do it, and do it in 4 flats.
That ties the fastest run of the rodeo, and I love the way that horse sprints across the line and puts him right where he needs to be.
And I love it when a guy knows he's got a good draw, he takes care of it. That was got to be one of the better steers in the pen. And, you know, sometimes you get nervous, you can mess up a good draw. Not this guy.
Cameron Mormon, Glen Ullin, North Dakota, Badlands Circuit champ, who won on the grass in Pendleton, also took the title in Vernal, Utah. White-faced steer comes his way, around and down, 5 and 6. Now, since Boyd's been putting us on the spot, Bobby T, will 5 and 6 be enough to advance?
Boy, if it is, it'll be a slim 4th.
I think he was addressing that to me, Bob. But you go ahead. I agree with Bob.
I'm just trying to save you falling off this ledge.
Whatever, Bob. I'm with you, Bobby T. Whatever you say, cowboy. Let's ride. Defending champion of Rodeo, Houston. So obviously he made the finals here a year ago. This guy led the world standings through all of 2023 until the last run of the season. Dog Massey, he knows he has world championship talent. He split the win in Fort Worth. He won 91 grand in Las Vegas. Come on, Big D. Yes! 4-3 will put the defending champ into the number 2 spot. 6 left to go. 5-6 will not be fast enough. There you go, Andy. I told you.
All right, now the both of you are happy, and I'm going to get a text from his grandmother in about 5 minutes. She's happy too. Okay, guys.
Whoa. You text with his grandmother?
Oh, yeah. His grandpa, Sid Britt, Randy Ray, great people in Hermiston, Oregon.
Don't ask. Jacob Talley, top 10 a year ago, trying to cross the $1 million mark. Let's help him get there. But he broke the barrier. Turns a 4 and 5 into a 14 and 5. Oh, shucks.
Well, see, that's what that 4 flat, here's the barrier being broken. Again, it's not a judgment call. Look at that horse's tongue. He is trying to hold that horse back, but it's not a judgment call. You can tell by the way the contraption was tripped, whether the horse tripped it or the calf tripped it.
Tristan, let's see where you go. Are we going Tristan or Walt Arney? No, it is Tristan. I'm right. You're right. Sulphur, Louisiana.
Won $4,000 up to this juncture. Good spotted steer. Yeah, buddy. 4.4, and that will put him 3rd. 5 and 6 moves to the cut.
Now I want to, after this replay, I want to show you what Stephen Culling is capable of. When Andy told you that 4 flat by Stetson Jorgensen was the ties the fastest run of the rodeo, here's Stephen Culling doing it earlier this year. Here's Culling with a 4 flat in the Super Series 1. The big man, and he is big. He's 6'1", 230. 5 slam-a-jammin' 4 flat. Right now it's a little softer than that. To get into the top 4, he's got to be 5'6", or faster.
Well, I'm not even going to go with the luck of the draw of having the right steer, because this man, upper body, strong enough that he can take it away from a steer that is not desirable. There you're looking at the way they tie the barrier line.
That's that little string we talk about all the time.
Now they'll drop that over the steer's head, and that where that knots together is right behind their horns. Sometimes we get a shot of that inside. Oh, wow! He did say, let's go. Ooh.
5 flat. That now becomes our number 4 time. So everyone has to be quicker than 5 flat as Stephen Culling is in the number 4 position. And I love the talent that this next young man brings to the table. Cash Rob at 20 years of age, typically, with the way you enter rodeos and the way steer wrestling horses travel, the average age of your first trip to the National Finals Rodeo in steer wrestling is about 26, 27 years old. I think this young man's going to beat that number.
Reigning Rookie of the Year, Utah. Now, breaks the barrier. So, Culling is safe. Culling is safe. That 5 flat, we would have had to institute some tiebreakers, but because of the broken barrier, way to go. Now, 4 flats winning the round. Watch this cowboy go 4 flat at the National Western Stock Show in Denver, finishing the top 3 in the Mile High City. Oakley, Utah's Kyler Dick. He's won about $4,500. Comes to us out of Super Series 1.
Now, when you think about big arenas, he's been second at Salinas. It's longer than this. Second at Pendleton on the grass. So 5 seconds flat or faster. Before 9. Right here, Kyler. Oh. Oh, no. That was going to be a dog fall, and dang it, there you go.
Just like we saw with some of our tie-down ropers trying to flank the calf, sometimes you get yourself caught in a speed jam. 12-3.
I love these 4th and 2 moments at the goal line. Because that's essentially, if you're a football fan, or it's a full count in the 9th inning of the World Series, you know, and they're about to throw a fastball at you. We all know, and so does Dakota Eldridge, who won Rodeo Houston in 2016. He knows he's got to be faster than 5 flat. He knows the steer, just like the team ropers and the tie-down ropers. They studied him. Let's go, 6'2", 220. Well, that's going to get him in there.
That'll put him in the number 4 spot, right behind Kristen Martin, Louisiana. Massey, you made it. Big Stetson, you did what you're supposed to do.
No better feeling than being in that position in the bottom of the 9th and hitting it out of the park to give yourself a shot at another one. Dakota won this rodeo in 2016, coming out from behind that barrier line where our defending champ, guys like Jesse Brown, await their opportunity to climb off that horse, turn the steer, and have all 4 feet flying in the air. When it works, you give yourself an extra pump up, a clap along the way. When it doesn't, you look up and go, I'll see you in the wild card. Advancing is Stetson Jorgensen, Dalton Massey, and Tristan Martin. They are headed to Sunday as we give our elation to Mattress Firm for bringing us the steer wrestling.
Well, coming up next, it's a horse race with lady jockeys in the barrel racing.
Wondering what to do after the show? Head outside to a one-of-a-kind beer garden and enjoy the official beer of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo at the Miller Time Bar. Discover a unique rodeo oasis. Come unwind with a hard seltzer or beer at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. And if you've worked up an appetite, head on over to the ranch for a casual or fine dining experience. So stick around. There's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Check the screens for the answer to the trivia question. The winner will be announced on March 17th.
Oh boy, look at here. Look at the video screens. There's Leon Coffee. And a big thank you to Carnival Cruise Line and their cowboy cam. Oh, howdy. Oh, she shook it off. There you go. We got you back. Oh, my goodness. There you are. Yep. That's cool.
I don't know that.
Well, the Carnival Cruise Line is a great place to have some fun, and they're having fun with you tonight. Oh, my goodness. There, stick it on them. Oh, yeah, sunglasses at night, just for Nickelback.
Welcome back to Houston, Texas. Oh, we concentrate on the rodeo. But what about the carnival? One of the biggest, cleanest, and most beautiful carnivals in the world. But inside, we're about to take some thrill rides as well with the barrel racers in the semifinals, sponsored by S&B Engineers and Constructors, in a horse race that is all about win or go home. Jordan Briggs was unable to attend to defend her back-to-back title. Hopefully we'll get her back a year from now. Donna K. Rule, look out for the top girl. How about Haley Kinsel, four-time world champion? The riding redhead, Emily Beisel. Sarah Winkleman, the #1 lady in the world. This is a field full of great competitors and great horses.
We start with Donna K. Rule, Minko, Oklahoma. Won nearly $6,000 in her Super Series, but she gently tips over barrel number 1 and barrel number 2, 5 seconds each time as it happens. So we will add that to her total. 25-30 with the penalties for a great, great cowgirl.
All right, here's another finalist from a year ago. Haley Kinsel, Catulia, Texas. Ease that golden mare up there. You're looking at a 4-time champion of the world. Oh, Sister Sue, do your thing. You ready? Go! There goes an Aggie. All right, now boys, 1486. You got a clean run. We're set.
Does it make it?
I don't think so.
I think it does. I got a $5 bet with Andy Seiler. Haley Kinsel's 1486 will make it. Let's go to Andrea Busby. Busby, quarter horses out of Millsap, Texas. Gosh, I like this little red roan. He is a good-looking dude, and he can run. Her husband is an aerospace engineer. She's a Texan. Busby, 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. That is second.
Well, La Nina, La Pinta, and whatever that other boat was. It's
Santa Maria, Bob.
Santa Maria, thank you. I've been there a few times.
Emily Beisel of Weatherford, Oklahoma. Number 6 in the world for $1 million lady who won Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Governor's Cup. Won Panoka, Alberta. Finds barrel number 1. Now she tips it over. That'll cost her 5. Send her on to the wild card competition. 5 more for knocking over the 3rd. That'll be 26:03.
I do like the red rose, though. So, uncharacteristic for Emily to get 2 barrels in one night.
Oh, let's change that characteristic, Grace Gardner. She lives in Wise County, up north of Weatherford, Texas. The champion at Hempstead, Texas. That is one of our qualifiers, Waller County Fair. You're good, Grace. Let's go 2 with Grace. Ah, that was a good move. Did I say she's from Texas? I thought you'd like that. Woo-hoo, 1496. That'll put her 3rd at the moment.
But look out. These final 5 cowgirls to go do have the possibility of changing this thing completely. Don't you agree?
I agree. I'm glad we have a $5 bet because I don't even carry 5s anymore. When you got kids like I do, you just set those on fire.
I'm going to do a little dragon right here, so let's recap right now. 1496 is sitting 3rd. Our next cowgirl, though, is an interesting one because She won $114,000 in Las Vegas, went from 14th to 8th. And remember, she had a 1485 to win round 1 of Super Series 1. So if once we get ready to run that cowgirl, it'll be interesting to watch her and what she's able to do.
Well, the only thing that may be helping me out with this $5 bet is 3 of the last 5 barrel racers to go are also in the top 15.
5 seconds on the tractor driver. Everybody boo the tractor driver. That's just.
Are you kidding me?
He can't.
The good thing he's got an earplug in. He's like, no, I didn't hear what Boyd said anyway. Who cares?
Right. The beautiful thing is, if you've never been on the arena floor, especially inside underneath the jumbo, you cannot. We sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. It's just wah, 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 wah. Well, some people on Facebook say we sound like that all the time.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe Facebook or people that are checking facts.
Just don't read the comments.
I know. Now, to throw something back in her favor, Paige Jones is on the top of the ground after having it worked right there. That could be a 2, 3, 4 second advantage. The ground is smooth, no deep holes. And here comes Paige. The champion at Cody a year ago, 23 NFR qualifier. Pass Resistol, rookie of the WPRA.
Look out, boys. She's been 1485 once. Makes a little adjustment coming out of that first left-hand barrel. Wayne, Oklahoma. Yes, sir. Just moved to the number 1 spot with a 1480. That's clicking, chicken.
Big Lake, Minnesota, and the number 1 cowgirl in the world, this year's champion at Fort Worth, Sarah Winkleman, picking up barrel number 1. The long-strided sorrel horse gets around the second. Minnesota trying to make something happen on Texas dirt. Help her out. She will stop it at 15:28, and that is too long. We are trying to catch 14:96.
All right, we can do that. Shelley Morgan's done it before, not just here. She's a $1 million winning barrel racer of the WPRA. 2022, she won the average in Vegas. Oh, great start. All right, no chop. Good. Keep your feet in the stirrups. Let's go, Texas. 1492 in round 1. What are you going to do tonight? Ooh, 5 100ths longer than that. 1497.
By 1/100th of a second, she is too long to advance to the championships. She's going to have to go through the wild card. Wow, 1/100th.
Montgomery, Texas is Ashley Castleberry. That's right. Montgomery's where she's from. She's number 2 in the world. Has to be better than 1496. Let's pick it up. Good turn around the second. Galloping gray horse. Take us all the way across, Ashley. She will stop it at 15 flat. By 4/100ths of a second, she goes on to the wild card, and I'm short $5.
So we're not done, though. Haley Gibson, Red Crest, California, came out of Super Series number 5. That's the one we just concluded yesterday. California Circuit Qualifier, champion in Hermiston, Oregon, champion in Oakdale, California, trying to be a champion on Bayou City dirt. Around 2, headed for the 3rd, tight corners, straight lines, giddy up, obey. 1476, the fastest run of the night on the 10th round on the ground. Wow.
That'll tell you how good the dirt is, but it'll also tell you, as we watched Haley Gibson do this before, there is the number 1476. Drag them up, boys. Give the ladies a better shot. Drive that pony in, turn around, start for the next barrel, switch hands. Inside leg, better get it up. She did. Oh, my, my, my. Big money spread 4 ways. Everybody pushing for the line. That's barrel racing. What a beautiful bunch of horses, these ladies. All 10 rode in on. Haley Gibson, California, Paige, Haley, and Andrea. Thank you very much. Good job, girls. All of that was brought to you by S&B Engineers and Constructors.
We keep competing with the Cowgirls of the WPRA as we turn to the south end of NRG Stadium. It's breakaway roping. Oxy brings it to us, and if we look back just over 11 months ago, Haley Williams left here with the biggest check of all. The daughter of a world champion won the $50,000 at Rodeo Houston. Here are the 10 Cowgirls you will watch in our first semifinals. We got world champions Crawford, world champion Thompson. This is going to be great watching. Also have some Canadian champions in there as well. Here's Maddie Dearman. Hope, New Mexico, as she goes out with a no time to start it.
Wow. That's the number 2 ranked cowgirl in the world. First to go. And again, trying to put some pressure on the field. Just misses with her aim a little bit. Let's go down to the number 10 ranked cowgirl in the world. 3-time NFR qualifier Taylor Munsell. Well, she's won about $2,750. And that was in her Super Series. She can win another $3,000. But she's got to be the first one to capture and hopefully do it without breaking a barrier. Good work. We have never had a 2.8 that didn't finish in the top 4. Not in any one of our 5 Super Series was a 2.8 not finishing at least among the top 2.
Addie Weil, right there on the Palomino, comes in here with a pretty good chunk of money won. Took a little extra look at it tonight, went an extra stride, 3-9. And I agree with her theory. 3-9.
Make them beat you, don't you beat yourself.
Well said.
Stephenville, Texas, and one of the most legendary women in all of professional rodeo, Jackie Crawford, the 23-time WPRA World Champion, who finished in the top 10 here last season. She's won about $2,750 this year at Rodeo Houston. She was very close to the barrier, but it's all good. 2.8. She is tied at the top, and there's $1 million smile. Oh, that was close.
Watch this overhead shot. You talk about laying that barrier back right off the right shoulder of her horse. That's the secret in breakaway roping, is scoring. All of these ladies can rope. They all can catch. It's just getting out of that calf the right way. Willow Wilson, Bags, Wyoming, crummy calf. Wow, how did you do that, Willow? That was amazing. That calf took a left-hand Louis on Willow so quick that she had to go, yeah, no blinker, nothing, just see, I'm going left, and she just reaches over her horse's head and sticks him. 3 seconds flat, puts her in the top 3.
That cowgirl can rope in the brush, the trees, and the cactus in Texas. Catch one when they get in an open spot. Portales, New Mexico, sends Tiata Gray. Here is the Artesia, New Mexico champion, NFR Open qualifier. Last July, y'all need to come to the Pikes Peak or bust. Rodeo NFR Open. Here you go. Woo!
3 flat, and now she is tied with Willow Wilson. But based on the money-making tiebreaker, she is just ahead of Willow in the number 3 position.
Safe to say, if you want to go on to the championship round on Sunday from the semifinal, you're going to have to rope one in under 3 seconds. Now, this lady, I think, has been riding one of the best horses here all week. This Fleabit Gray has really scored really well. And this Canadian champion, this former Resistol Rookie of the Year award winner, you might not know this, but if you were here for our opening ceremonies, it was her sister that carry the American flag in the opening ceremonies. This is Kendall Pearson, Wardlaw, Alberta, Canada. She's won a truckload, 57.50. But 3-3 is on the outside looking in.
There's that upper shot. The clean collar catch. That is so important. She's riding out of there going, I should have threw it quicker. Let's see if Tiffany Sheck can do this, Floresville, Texas.
That's right. Tiffany Sheik was in the top 10 1 year ago. We saw her husband earlier in the team roping. They got a brand new baby boy. She won about 3,000. Come on, Tiffany, we have to be quicker than 3 flat. She reaches out. 2.7. Oh, but she broke the barrier. It goes from joy to a letdown. There's a great shot at the barrier line. She just beats it.
I thought she got out, but watch her reaction. She thinks she's done it, and then she realizes the barrier bit her. That's okay, Tiffany. We'll have you back. Thank you for that. 12.7 with a penalty. Braylee Shepard, Fitzhugh, Oklahoma. Won 3,500 in her Super Series. 2.9 or faster. Did she get there? No. 3-3. Now, I got to like our chances with Hope. She was 2.8 on her first 2 runs in her Super Series.
And she is a 4-time world champion from Abilene, Texas. Andy Weissert at Logandale. We push this girl.
Well, she's already won $7,000. So
I know.
She's loving everything that has happened.
Just try to add a little more to it. That bank's got a big vault.
You mean they'll take more?
Oh, yes.
Come on, Hope. 3 flat or quicker. She's got to press. A hard-running calf that takes a step to the left. 4 flat will have her in the wild card competition. She'll get one more shot at trying to make it back to Sunday.
Well, I had more hope for Hope than you did, I think. But we'll let her go, boys. Taylor, Jackie, Tiana, and Willow Wilson. Proud of you ladies tonight. There's Kendall. Here is the 23-time champion of the world. What about that shot to the left? I mean, that's brush roping. That's the way we do it. Ladies, breakaway ropers, smile it on, Jackie, smile it on. I think she was still proud she got him roped, even though she broke out.
There's the advancers in the breakaway roping. It's Taylor Munsell, Jackie Crawford, Tiana Gray, and Willow Wilson. As we say thank you to Oxy. They sponsored the ladies of the breakaway roping. But don't go anywhere, friends, because bull riding is coming up next at Rodeo Houston.
Look at here. Those are the busy men and women that are working the gates, the chutes, the equipment. As I say thank you to Cavender's Boot City. They sponsor our arena crew.
That's a place you simply have to go. Visit the Fan Zone, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got 2 places you can go. You can go to Section 103, or you can go to Section 124. You can take a picture with your favorite rodeo stars, get an autograph, pick up your Rodeo Houston belt buckle. But these are some of the friendliest athletes you'll ever meet, folks. There's nothing pretentious about them, and you don't have to use any restraint when you're up there at all. I mean, you can take pictures and, do all kinds of fun stuff. Fan Zone, come see us.
This is Shad Mayfield. We're here at Rodeo Houston, and I'm competing in the tight end roping. You know, Rodeo Houston gives us athletes a lot of things to look forward to, and for me, it's the sports medicine team here. I've been battling this year with my hip, so before every run and after every run, I go see them. They help loosen me up and get to feeling better. I just want to give a huge shout out to the sports medicine team from Houston Methodist.
Wow.
Hello.
Houston. That's all I need to say. Bull riding is coming your way next. Sponsored by Rock and Roll Denim. Kai Hamilton couldn't be with us this year because of injury. But not only would he win Rodeo Houston, he would go on to become the world champion bull rider. No world champs in that lineup right there, but a ton of talent. From Jarbo to Smith, it should be good watching.
You mentioned talent. Here are the most three talented bullfighters in the world. On the left of your screen, the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Mr. Dusty Tuckness. The man in the middle, National Finals bullfighter Nate Justice. And the man on the right, that is the fastest man on cleats, Mr. Bo Sheets.
Oh, they got to run and chase it. This guy's got to run and watch it. The Pro Rodeo Hall of Famer, Leon Coffey. What's wrong? That guy's got decades in this arena. Oh, yeah, thank you very much.
Bull riding gets kicked off with a millionaire, Roscoe Jarbo, the 5-time NFR qualifier, and a bull called Gangster Rock. Now, speaking of rock, the bull just kind of rocked him back and forth, so he's going to reset his hand, re-pull that rope. You can see it's got a little bit of rosin on it. It's sticky. He sets it off to the right.
So he advanced out of Super Series 5 last night. And Super Series 5 was notoriously hard on our bull riders. The first and only bull he rode was the one he rode last night. But what concerns me the most, we just saw Shad Mayfield talking about Houston Methodist. I'm quite certain they probably had to do some work on Roscoe Jarbo. Is he 100% tonight? Because yes, you can ride bulls if you're injured, but you're much more effective when you're 100%.
Oh, and I'm worried it might be in his core, the way they were holding him last night. Let's go to Braden Richardson. All right, folks, we've got a rematch. It was 2 years ago at San Antonio. On this bull we call Smoke and Mirrors. There's a little red 7-year-old spotted dude. It's a cool looking bull. He's ridden 2 times only. Let me say that again. Only rode him twice in 4 years, Andy.
30 times this bull has been bucked. They've ridden him twice. And with the amount of special moments that we've had tonight, the great rides, the great runs, would it not be awesome to see a Jasper, Texas cowboy ride this bull for the 3rd time in 4 years? Smoke and Mirrors is the bull from Generations Pro Rodeo. Got to watch this cowboy win the Clark County Fair and Rodeo in Logandale.
The Klein family have been in the rodeo business 60 years. To all of them, sending young Klein all out here, you've done a good job.
Trying to get that bull to look to the outside and stand up. He says, buck him. Oh,
what?
No.
Made too big a move down into the well. He knew what we all knew. We knew this bull was going left. He'd been on him before, so he makes that move over into the direction of the well. And the well is the direction of the spin, and we might even got a little bit, of an ankle from Sheets. So we are 1-0 on the bovine. Now, if he's healthy, I'll give you a couple of things to root for on Roscoe Jarbo. This year, 89 points in San Antonio. Andy and I at the Snake River Stampede in Nampa, Idaho last year, he was 88 points. If we get even 90% of Roscoe Jarbo, he should ride Gangster Rock.
Oh, they could be a month ago, 87.5 points on this bull. Gangster Rock. Like that name. All right, Roscoe.
Keep moving. Keep running. Keep running.
Yeah, buddy, who said he's hurt? He's good.
That's only the 2nd time that bull's been ridden by a right-handed bull rider. Gritting it out. in the moments where it matters. He had to ride this bull, trying to make it to the 8-second whistle. Apply some pressure to those that come after him. Jarbo, the first cowboy to do it. 76 points for the Idaho man.
Wow. I'm just glad he got to the whistle. Yeah, you can see he is not 100%. He is physically hurting. Here's a young guy that made it to our finals last year. He made it to the top 10 on the final Sunday. Look at that mustache, folks. If he doesn't have the best mustache in rodeo, nobody does. He's a 4-time Badlands Circuit champion. This is Chance Shot. At Bonanza in Guthrie, Oklahoma, he stuck it on one there for 85 points. This bull is quite young. They haven't had a lot of trips on this one, called Hailstorm. He did buck off Jack Roddy at the Rodeo of the Ozarks in Springdale. Man with the snaps. Here we go. Turn it back into his hand. 3 arm up the side of the ear.
Oh, he rode him like a 4-H calf on a Sunday. He's been good for the Badlands, but he's good for the Shot family buck and bull business as well. We're going to move up. 78 points. How do you like that, Max Wepler? I know you're watching it, mine out tonight.
That is a great mustache. Howell, Utah's Tyler Bingham, co-pilot down. Another Generations Pro Rodeo bull that claimed a victim in Coy Holmeyer. That happened in Super Series number 5 already.
Ranch raised is supposed to turn back to the left with some gas.
4-year-old gray bull underneath the 3-time NFR qualifier. Stay with it, Tyler. Shifts those hips back to the left. That is the 3rd one in a row we've made it to the whistle on. Now we're riding some bulls. Right here, about midway through, you can see he's drifting off to the right, but he throws those hips back 73 and a half.
Usually if you get that far off the rope, you're in trouble. But what a great job of pulling himself back up on it. Because normally if you're a foot off your handhold, you're on your way to the dirt. He isn't. But at 73 and a half, Tyler leaves himself vulnerable.
We'll give big shout-outs tonight to the Northeast in the First Frontier Circuit. Anybody from Cowtown, New Jersey watching?
Long time, long time. Right for 10.
Well, this is the matchup Boyd was talking about at the top of the show, Bobby T. Grayson Cole against the bull that they won this rodeo on last year. Kai Hamilton was 90 and a half on dim tricks to win the 50,000.
Folks, that was only a year ago. The bull's a year older. Slow gate. Now let's go to him on the outside. Outside. Reach, reach, reach.
Oh, look at the clock. He rode that bull for 7.25 seconds. Oh, now there was a lot more juice out of the bull they call dim tricks than we saw out of the previous 4. This bull was all jacked up and ready to play. Puts the First Frontier Circuit champion on the dirt.
I really like the names of the bulls we've had so far, but TJ Gray, listen up, has drawn a bull named Tudor Ruski.
I like the Tudor and the Ruski. I like both parts of it.
Oregon, are you watching Oregon? He's 22 years old. He's the Cal Palace champion as we started the season off last October. Average your left foot in him and keep it hooked. We're going to ride another one. We're going to do it, boys. Look at this kid. Bullfighters, he's got big horns.
Now he'll get to brag to everybody about riding this bull. Bighorn Red Bull is checking everything out to make sure everybody knows who the boss is. But right now, the boss in the bull riding is TJ Gray. 81 points, puts him in the number 1 position.
All right, as we go to Hayes weight, we asked him, how did it feel when you got off the bull in your Super Series, knowing you were the third person to ever ride him?
I'm not going to lie. When I hit the ground, I was waiting for a 90. It just felt, everything about it felt so perfect.
Let's be perfect again tonight, Cowboy. He won 66 grand at his first national finals. He's 5'9", 155 pounds. Baseball player in high school, but he's a Cowboys cowboy on the pro rodeo trail. The bull is Indian Larry. Bucked off Jace Trosclair back in Super Series 4. My money's on Mr. Hayes.
I like a muley that can hook you, and it's going to get faster, faster. He wasn't able to keep that toe turned out on the outside. Dang it, Hayes.
Well, Boyd made the point earlier about trying to stay up on your rope. You can see there's a gap between him and his hand, and as it continues to increase and the left foot comes loose, that's when it all comes to a close and a no score for Hayes Waite.
So as a judge of bull dames, Andy, you like gangsta rock, you like smoke and mirrors,
Yes.
you like dim tricks.
All the above.
What about this next bull? His name is Stinky Winky.
I'll give that 2 thumbs down.
He didn't have a choice on what they were going to call him. It was late at night in a big truck. They'd already been 13 hours driving.
All right,
What do you expect?
Rock the slide, somebody.
This guy won 4 rounds in his first national finals. In 3 years at the college national finals, he won 2 national championships. He's a 24-year-old Idahoan named Tristan Hutchins. The bull called Stinky Winky bucks off 75% of his Cowboys. Tristan is one of the highest money winners, one of the 3 highest money winners in the semifinal at $6,000.
Do you think he's already bucked off one of the great bull riders of the moment, Trevor Reese, in Super Series number 3?
Well, we did the research. This bull's been ridden 6 times, and 5 of those times were by right-handed Cowboys. Tristan's a lefty.
Let's see which way this bull goes. Will he go away from his hand?
There's Bo
Sheets looking on inside. Phenomenal young bullfighter.
I'm not going to wear myself out.
Yes, you can hear him talking. It's the only rodeo in the world that I know of where we put a microphone in the chute.
There's Binion Survey behind chute 5. On the left of your screen.
He's pushed to the back.
He's trying to use a neck rope to help get this bull to stand in a way that Tristan will feel comfortable taking.
Try again, Kristen. We're going to re-pull. We're going to roll. Go here, guys. Go ahead. Right there.
All right, he said, I'm going to re-pull. Bull is squatting in the back, got his rope out of position. Let's jump up to chute number 4.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up to Coy. We want to take you back to what Coy did back in round 3 of Super Series 5. He had not ridden a bull in the first 2 rounds of this Super Series. But he climbs aboard this one, goes 86.5 to win the round on a bull called Warpath. That was enough to get him into this semifinal. Can Pultmeyer do it again on Williams, James, Joe?
Roll of 3 names. Coming out on the left.
No.
Right foot. No score for Coy. And it looks like he may be headed to the wild card, depending on what happens with our final 2.
All right, inside theory. They had to roll the next bull, so they went to him in a hurry. Was he ready? Mentally, I'm sure. Physically, did it rush him? That's the rodeo business. That's how it works.
All right. Well, there you see Chance Shot squinting at the screen as Coy pulls his helmet off, puts his hat back on, going back. Patrician Hutchins. Let's go back to Super Series 2. The third round, the bull was Midnight Flyer. This is what Tristan did on Midnight Flyer back in Super Series 2, round 3. Bull spins away from his hand, and Tristan stays right in the middle. This would garner him 85.5 points. So obviously the ability is there. He was quite pumped about it, the two-time NFR qualifier. But him and Stinky Winky have been in a fight ever since they loaded him in the chute.
I love to see this kid win. When he takes that helmet off, he will yahoo. So when the gate gets ready to come open, I want all of you to help him.
Tristan doesn't use any restraint when he's happy.
Never. This bull's being a bit of a monster tonight. And we've seen some monsters in the bull business.
Donnie Gay always says that the longer you stay in the chute, at some point in time, if it's a real long time, the advantage starts to slip to the bull because you're using a lot of energy trying to get him the way you want him. Oh.
I saw it. There went the orange flag. The judges just made a ruling. He tried him once, he tried him twice. He's not going to get out on him. They say, give him another bull. That is the re-ride flag.
Put it on back there.
We're not bragging on them because they can hear us, because they can't, but I want to compliment the judges. Good decision.
Okay, let's go back to chute 6. Strange Smith, Langtree, South Dakota. He won the first round of Super Series 3 with an 85.5. This is a rematch. He had this bull in Lubbock, Texas last November, and it bucked him off. Strand's going to try to get even. Oh, not today. No revenge for Strand today. Scary Terry, a bull that bucked off Chase Doherty earlier at Rodeo Houston, will get his second victim in Strand Smith of Langtree, South Dakota. That right foot just came off of that. Whoa! I think he took a horn in the back. Let's watch this again. Watch this again, right there, right behind his neck.
I mean, right under his helmet.
Right, no, there's no vest there. There's no helmet there. Watch where he gets it, right underneath. Woo. Bullfighters jumping in right on top of this little wreck.
Everybody's got a place to be. The gate is open. The bull ain't looking. I want to see him pull that helmet off and see he's okay.
So, Bobby T, let's look at where we're at in this semifinal. We got 81 with TJ Gray, 78 with Chance Shot, Roscoe Jarbo 76, Tyler Bingham. So not only does Tristan have to ride this bull, he's got to be more than 73.5 points. I think the bull is called Keep Talking.
Keep talking, Surfy Brothers.
Hey, let's go down to Patty Smith. She's got somebody that might know a little bit about what's going on.
Yes, he might. Tyler Bingham sitting here in the 4th spot as we're waiting on the re-ride. What is this, first of all, from someone who's going to do a re-ride? What has to happen when you've got a re-rack and get out there this quick?
Oh, shoot, you just got to stay calm and let your buddies help you at that point, and trust everybody that, you know, they're going to set your rope right and you're going to go out there and do your best.
And with you sitting here in the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4th spot, you have an opportunity to get knocked out, hang in there, and I know you guys are really good about rooting for each other, but what's going through your mind right now?
Well, I probably should have stayed in the middle of my bull and I wouldn't, you know, maybe a little better score.
When you're here at Rodeo Houston, obviously it's just such a great experience. I mean, what does a rodeo like this, and especially a win in advancing, do for a cowboy?
Oh, shoot, this rodeo is as big as they come. I mean, it financially sets us up for the whole year to go rodeo.
All right, well, good luck. We'll be pulling for you.
Thank you.
Guys?
Yep, we'll be pulling for him. And he's pulling for Tristan, too. You know what I love, Bob? Is he held himself accountable. He's like, man, if I'd have rode better, I wouldn't have been 73.5 points.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? All right, slide up there and get you some of this, Tristan.
Let's go.
Bull was It's coming. Right foot, get a hold in the middle. Yeah, buddy. Woo-hoo! We're right, Bulls. Boyd with the tail of his rope in his hand at the whistle.
Oh, that was close. Let's watch this. Watch his left hand as the bull turns back to the right. We've already showed you that Tristan was good with bulls that go away from his hand. But to Bob's point, right at about the 7-second mark, with a bull rope with a tail in his hand, he's able to stay there for the 8 seconds. 85 points. And Hutchins, after battling 2 bulls, is going to win $3 grand more and be up to $9,000 in earnings. We do indeed knock Tyler Bingham out, and there is the guy that's going to finish third with a 78.
You have got to think about the pressure on 10. Then there were 5. Then there were 2. Then a re-ride. Folks, that's a heck of a pen of bulls. And I want you to give all those young men a hand. Great bull riding in semifinals number 1. Yeah, that's a place you learn how to high dive or take a kicking. Oh, yeah. Triumph and pain. Roscoe, that hurts, I know, buddy. Tristan Hutchins, mighty proud of you, buddy, with an 85. Oregon, Badlands, South Dakota, y'all did good, and it was brought to you by Rock and Roll